Hello friends, welcome to today's video. I'm so excited about today's video because I discovered a foundation little concoction yesterday that is incredible. And I had to film a video solely on this combination. I did film a video yesterday using it, and then I wore the foundation all day long and I was just like, holy moly, this is just perfection. I thought it'd be great for mature skin, great for textured skin. It's long wearing, it looks natural, it's lightweight. You guys are gonna love this. I just realized my microphone is like, this has this much battery left, so we're gonna work quickly here, you guys. I'm gonna show you the combination that I did, and then I'm gonna take you throughout the day and do some check-ins and show you how everything wears. So it's actually a combination of two products. The first one is the NARS Tinted Moisturizer. I have the shade Mykonos, I know I said that wrong, medium 0, please don't make fun of me for that. And then the next one is the Dior Backstage Face and Body, and I have the shade 1N. Now, this is a new product. I've had this for a few weeks. This one I've had for a while, and I've used it when I first got it, and then it's kind of sat there, and let me just tell you guys, the combination of these two is perfection. I had to do a dedicated video. I'm so excited. Real quickly, before we get into the application, I do want to kind of give you guys the rundown on each foundation. So, you know, just so you kind of have all the facts. So the NARS Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturizer has an SPF of 30. It retails for $45. On Sephora's website, it's described as having a light coverage, a radiant finish. It has vitamin C, which visibly evens out skin tone for a brighter looking complexion. A lightweight tinted moisturizer that hydrates and smooths skin while brightening with vitamin C and protecting with SPF 30. So let's go ahead and apply this, and then I will get into this right before we apply that. Now, I will say for a tinted moisturizer, this product has more coverage than I expected it to have. I actually have just been, you guys, applying this with my fingertips. I haven't been using a brush, so I literally apply it as I would a moisturizer, and it just blends in so easily, gives pretty good coverage, has a good amount of pigment to it. Let's see, let me pick up my mirror now that I have foundation all over my hands, or now that I have, you know, tinted moisturizer all over my hands. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, that gives great coverage. Your fingers, it blends in so easily. It's non-streaky. I really feel like this is a moisturizer, but it has properties similar to a foundation. It's really, really beautiful, you guys. Maybe I applied a little too much there. To let you guys know, I have pretty normal skin. Lately, it has been a little bit more dry. I think I've been doing too much exfoliation on it. I've kind of backed off of some of that because I noticed my skin has been getting really dry lately. Oh, this feels so good. It literally feels incredible. Love it. All right, so I do have that on. I applied it underneath my eyes as well. It blends in so easily. Do you see how that leaves the skin? I mean, my skin was pretty freshly moisturized before I applied it, but do you see the glow that it's giving the skin? It's a very beautiful, radiant finish product. Okay, so let's talk about the Dior Backstage Face and Body. I'm gonna give you guys the rundown on this foundation before we apply it, and then I'm gonna share with you my tips and tricks on how to make this combination really work. So this is a foundation for the face and body in a wide range of shades with natural finish and medium buildable coverage that is waterproof and sweat resistant. I love that. Long wearing is what I hear when I hear waterproof, sweat resistant. The coverage is a medium, which I was actually a little surprised with because when I first used this, I felt like it gave me on the lighter side of coverage. The finish is natural. Natural means that it's not going to be flat and matte and powdered looking, but it's also not going to be luminous or dewy or glowy. It says it's great for normal, dry combination and oily skin types. So pretty much all skin types I'm seeing. Let's see. I guess that's about it. You can use this on the body as well. Whenever I see a foundation that is formulated for face and body, that tells me that it's probably going to be pretty transfer resistant. You know, if you think about it, we wear clothes, our body, you know, we sit on sofas, we move around a lot. And so if a product is making the claim that it's safe for body makeup, I would assume that it's pretty transfer resistant. So I'm gonna shake this up. Again, I am wearing the shade 1N. Now for this application, I do use a brush, and I used the BK Beauty 101 yesterday and it was perfect. So I apply a little bit of this. I do wanna preface how much of this I use. I use a very, very small amount. It's starting to slide down my hand, so it looks like I applied a little bit more than I did, but really, you guys, very little is the name of the game here. The Tinted Moisturizer does have pigment. It's going to give you a little bit of coverage already, so you really can back off the amount of foundation that you use. Now I am going to just use the tip of the 101 and pick up product. Now I started in the center of the face and I literally just used the 101 to press, you guys. I didn't sweep, I didn't drag, I just pressed. And the brush does all the work for you. So this is gonna give that Tinted Moisturizer a little bit more coverage. It's also going to mattify that glow down a bit. So you're not gonna have that really luminous finish. You're gonna have more of a natural finish. You're still gonna have some of a radiant finish, but it's not gonna be as glowy. And you can really tell that between the two sides. This side has the foundation applied on top. This is just the Tinted Moisturizer. So you can see how it cuts down some of that shine. It blends in so easily, so quickly. So again, I always start in the center of the face. That's where I need the most coverage. And then I just, you know, move my brush out to the perimeter and exterior of the face, my jawline. So that way, whatever is left over on my brush is getting applied there where I don't need as much. Okay, I have a little bit left on my hand. I think that's actually all I probably need for the forehead. I might go back and apply a little more. No, I don't think I do actually. I think that gives me what I want. Now, I would recommend applying them in layers like this instead of mixing the two together and applying in one application. Really take the time to apply the moisturizer, let it sit for 1 minute, and then go back and bounce the foundation on top. I would recommend using a brush rather than a sponge because we are applying such a small amount of this product that a sponge is going to absorb any excess and take it off. And we're already using such a small amount, we don't want to do that. Ooh, perfect. Okay, I'm gonna zoom you guys in a little bit closer so you can see. Then I'm gonna apply my concealer, my makeup, and we will come back to kind of wrap up our thoughts before we go into our check-ins. Okay, so this is pretty up close and personal so you guys can see what the skin looks like. Keep in mind I have no concealer, so any darkness that you're seeing on here really wasn't touched too much with the foundation. So really just pay attention to the cheeks, the forehead, everything. You can see that I've got just the right amount of coverage. You can still see my skin through it, but my discoloration has evened out. You don't see little patches of redness or pinkness, which is what I have on my cheeks. Everything looks really natural and it's skin-like. It didn't magnify my texture. And it didn't necessarily like smooth or blur texture, but I do feel like my pores are not as noticeable. But I don't want to make the claim that this completely blurs your pores. It really doesn't. I'm going to go back and I'm going to apply my concealer, my foundation. I did set this with a powder, so we will talk about that when I return to the video and kind of how that impacts the finish. So I'll be right back. So I have all of my makeup on. I'll have all the products that I used on my eyes listed down below, but I wanted to hold off on setting the foundation with powder so you guys could quickly see how the foundation looks on me. It's been about 25 minutes since I applied it, so it has had time to kind of set on its own, but I have not yet powdered it with any powder. I also took a quick little video with my cell phone here with the light so you guys could see also kind of what it looks like at a different angle. Okay, so the powder that I used yesterday to set it was the Danessa Myrick's translucent powder. I had this sitting here at my makeup little vanity when I was filming yesterday. Now, I will say I was very, very light-handed when I applied this. I used the BK Beauty 104 brush. I use this one because it's big and fluffy versus something that's a little more dense like the 108 or the 107. Those two are gonna pick up more powder and apply it more product. This is gonna, this does, you know, you can see picks up a lot of product, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a tissue and I'm going to really blot most of that off of the brush and into the brush fiber. So now you can see what the brush head looks like after I've done that, quite a big difference. Then I'm just gonna take this brush, you guys, and I'm just going to lightly press onto the face. You can see how that kind of cuts down the shine a bit, but it doesn't really change the look of the foundation. I picked up a little more product. I'm also blotting it off again, and I'm just lightly pressing. You don't want to, you know, swipe the brush across the face. Just lightly press it. That's the best way to gently, softly set your foundation without disrupting the cream or liquid products that you use below. Okay, there we go. So everything is set. I'm gonna go and apply my blush and my bronzer, and I will be right back. So this is how the foundation looks after I've set it with powder. I cannot stress to you how important it is the powder that you choose and also the way that you apply it. I chose a very, very lightweight translucent powder by going with the Danessa Myrick's. That's really great because it's going to to softly set the foundation without changing the integrity of it too much. It's not going to mask the foundation. It's really going to keep that finish there while giving it a very, very soft set. Also, really guys, technique is so important and the brushes used is so important. Use a big fluffy brush and gently press. I can't stress that enough. If I had loaded up too much powder, it would completely change the look of this. If I had just kind of brushed and sweep, it would also change the look of it. Lightly press just to, again, softly set. I think this looks like skin. I think this looks so natural. I have just enough coverage, not too much. I love this combination. It's 11:25 a.m. right now. I'm gonna go to the office. I've got a few errands to run. I will check in with you guys throughout the day and we will see how this is wearing. Hey friends, I forgot to do a check-in earlier. It is already 5:23 and I wanted to give you guys a check-in on my skin. I haven't touched up at all. I haven't powdered or done anything since I applied this morning. What was that, around 11 a.m.? So we are coming up on 6 hours and the skin looks so good, you guys, so good. I am filming from my cell phone, so the camera quality is not the best, but I'm standing in front of a natural light window, and this is how things are looking. Very little shine. I mean, I really don't even feel the need to touch up. I am gonna set it with a little bit of powder right now, mainly around the nose, and then I'll be back to check in this evening. Hey friends, so I'm popping on. It's actually the next day. I failed last night to remember to get a check-in before I washed my face. I literally remembered as I was washing my face. We watched a movie with the kids and I fell asleep during it, and when I woke up, I just, I was kind of foggy brained. So I did the same combination today. This is the next day, and I wanted to kind of check in with you guys. It's a little earlier. It's actually 6:30 p.m., but I have had this on much earlier. I put this on about 9 a.m. today. So I've had a full day of that. What is that? I mean, it's like 9 hours, right? Something like that, long time. So this is how things are looking. I touched up about 2 or 3 hours ago, but even when I touched up, I didn't really feel the need to, but I kind of wanted to mimic the application steps that I took yesterday. This combination, you guys, is so wonderful. I love it. I do want to emphasize though that I think it's really important. I think it's the combination of both products. Both products are great on their own, but the face and body is going to have more of a like matte finish. So having that like dewy product before it, the NARS Tinted Moisturizer, is really going to help kind of balance that out so you get more of a natural finish. I just think it's fantastic, you guys. I'm standing in front of a window, so I'm just using natural light. I'll get up here close. I had very, very minimal settling in pores at all, if any. I did notice by the end of the day, and it's starting to around here too, slightly around my nose, you can see a little bit of the product kind of separating a little bit, but not much at all. I mean, it's really, this is going to be my go-to combination for here on out until the next greatest thing comes along. But I wanted to share it because I'm really excited about these two products, and combined together, they're beautiful. Again, I think the tips are 1, using, them together, and 2, using very minimal amounts of the Dior face and body because you really don't need much. And then also how you apply it. I used the 101 and I really just kind of pressed it in the center of my face. I didn't, swipe it down. I really took my time gently pressing it into the skin. And because it is a more natural, up to medium coverage foundation, it really does blend out quickly and easily. You don't have to do a lot of buffing or anything like that. So those are my thoughts. I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you give this combination a try, let me know your thoughts. If you've tried either of these products or tried them together, let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one.